Taylor, and I work for a wonderful organization called Baz-Art, which is an urban art and marketing based company here in Salt River, South Africa. So we were really excited when we received this event brief because it really matched with the projects we try to do, which is we're based on the pillar of three things, which is urban art, education and community, and which is something that the brief touched on fully, which originally was the group of EO wanted to come, and they not only wanted to just walk through the neighborhood, but they wanted to interact and really give back. And part of that, leaving a little bit of their legacy of what they do as a group of entrepreneurs and kind of pass that down to the next generation while incorporating elements of what they believe in and also certain logo elements as a reminder for the children of the school where they could end up one day. So we had an awesome day where we don't often get to do this, but we got to combine all our elements, which is our touring, as well as our painting, as well as our outreach, which was really cool to see. And the guests took over the beautiful suburbs of Salt River, and we had tours where we split our people into color-coded groups, and they got to walk through Salt River, and they got to be inspired by the street art that is already existing, and they got to learn about the community, and for those that had never visited, they got to understand more about South Africa. And then within that tour, they got to stop by this wall behind me, which was not as colorful and not as wonderful. It was needing some love, which the people of the EO group gave it. So along the tour, they came in and they would leave their mark on their paint by numbers that were guided by our team, and then once they felt that they had added their special part, they continued on the tour, and then they all ended off with a debrief session. So I think just on the broader community, what it does is, again, when people come to visit, they're not only seeing the more obvious is the only word I can think of, but the more obvious sides of Cape Town. Like, we all know Table Mountain, we all know the winelands, but when you visit areas like this, you get to see what Cape Town and South Africa is really about, which is about community and it's about giving back. And I think it starts to shift those narratives that it's scary to walk on the streets or things can go wrong, that you actually see that most of the population are really lovely people and are welcoming people with open arms, and to experience a little bit of that South African spirit. So I think what it does is I think it starts to spread a bit more positive news, which is also it highlights the good, because so often we can get caught in the bad. And it also brings some information exchange. It gets people to not only show them what we're about, but we get to see what other parts of the world are about, and we get to get excited about what we could potentially do one day, or how we can kind of bridge that information exchange.